What crossover should the Arrowverse do next? Hey everybody, this week saw the big 4-episode crossover on the CW between Supergirl, Flash, Arrow, and Legends of Tomorrow, the big invasion event where they face off with the Dominators based on the big invasion event in DC Comics where all their superheroes faced the Dominators. And that got me thinking, what events would I like to see bring these superheroes together next? The first one was kind of easy for me. I'd like to see these characters go into the future, specifically dealing with the Legion of Superheroes. Both Supergirl and Flash have teased the Legion flight ring, and the Legends of Tomorrow are hopping all over time anyway, so it makes a lot of sense that these characters would meet in the future and team up with the future's greatest super team. The only outsider here would be Green Arrow, and it'd be great to see him interact in this crazy situation. We've already seen the great things that Legends of Tomorrow have done with the Justice Society going into the past. Why not do the same with the Legion of Superheroes in the future? The Legion is a sprawling team, and we could tease out some of their primary members in earlier episodes of these shows before the big crossover. We've got characters like Cosmic Boy, Lightning Lad, Saturn Girl, Matter Eater Lad. Yes, I want to see Matter Eater Lad. There's also Brainiac 5, who is not only an ancestor of the infamous Brainiac, but a love interest of Supergirl's in the comics. Also, XS, one of Barry Allen's ancestors, is in that future as well. There's a ton of cool things we could do. A story I've always thought would be interesting is seeing a character who doesn't have much influence on the Legion team dealing with the ramifications of their actions, not really going that far into the future. Normally I thought about that in terms of Batman, but that would work really well for Green Arrow. Both Flash and Superman, and by extension Supergirl, have had big influence on the Legion of Superheroes, but Batman not so much, and Green Arrow definitely not at all. So we've got Supergirl and Flash dealing with their legacy, you've got Green Arrow dealing with his lack of one. I think you could get some really cool stories out of that. So the future is definitely something I'd like to see. Next up, I want to see a big superhero team versus a big supervillain team. I'm holding out hope that either a future Justice League movie or Avengers movie has them fight their evil counterpoints, but it would also be really great as a crossover event for the CW. They're already building up the Legion of Doom on Legends of Tomorrow with Damien Dark, Reverse Flash, Captain Cold, and Malcolm Merlin, but how cool would it be to see that team filled out with other rogues from the other shows and be a real legitimate threat for all those heroes teamed up? The four that I mentioned that are on the Legion already are primarily from Flash and Arrow. So what about shows like Supergirl? Well, she has Livewire, Silver Banshee, Roulette, all would be great additions to the Legion of Doom. The one villain I would love to see that still has yet to debut on Supergirl, but I'm hoping we'll get soon, is Lex Luthor. That'd be a perfect character to really bring the Legion of Doom to the next level. And of course, it'd be amazing to see Gorilla Grodd join the team, and even the Trickster played by Mark Hamill. We can't get the Joker, but that'd be a fantastic substitute. And what about Deathstroke from Arrow? He'd be a great addition to the team. I was trying to think of Legends of Tomorrow villains that could join, but they don't really have a big rogues gallery right now. They had Vandal Savage, but he was fine. Damien Dark is kind of filling the traditional Vandal Savage role way better than Vandal Savage did. So let's stick with Damien Dark. Come on, one of the things we love about superhero comics is the big superhero team versus supervillain team showdowns, and we have yet to get it on any live action platform. CW, you've been the first in so many other areas. Get on this one too. And finally, the big event I'd love to see bring these superheroes together has to be Darkseid. We've gotten a few hints of them on Supergirl. Having all these great heroes uniting against the new gods would be amazing. And like with the Legion of Superheroes, you could seed some of those characters into earlier episodes. Characters like Orion, Granny Goodness, Mr. Miracle, and Big Barda would be fantastic. I love those characters. All building to the big final showdown with Darkseid himself. Hell, if you wanted to combine that story with a kind of Crisis on Infinite Earth story, you could do the Darkseid War where Darkseid threw down with the Anti-Monitor and kind of just go huge. Darkseid is the big bad of the DC universe, and while it'd be great to see somebody like Supergirl throw down with him, it'd be even better to see all these heroes have to unite to take him down because he is that big a threat. Maybe we can get Tyler Hoechlin Superman in there too, and maybe seed the actual Justice League into these shows, please? No? Alright. Alright, those are the crossovers I'd like to see these shows do in the future, but what about you? Let me know in the comments down below or tweet me at DJ Talks Trash your thoughts on what big crossovers these shows should do. What villains are epic enough to bring all these heroes together? And don't forget to check out my podcast with Sam Bashor, Only Stupid Answers. We drop new episodes every Monday morning on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Audio Boom, and many more platforms. Alright, thank you all for joining me and have a great week.